Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you a quick review of Edna and Harvey, Harvey's New Eyes, a point-and-click adventure released recently on Steam. Even before its Steam release, however, it was released in Germany and has won many gaming awards, giving this game quite the resume. Now when I started this game, which the developers were kind enough to give me a copy of, I had no idea how I was going to review it. I played for hours the day before it came out, and couldn't figure out how to make a review without spoilers. Eventually I just thought, spoilers be damned, I'll just use footage from the first 1/3 of the video, so this is a warning ahead of time that I might show some of the solutions of the puzzle and some story elements. So the main plot of the game follows Lily, the best behaved girl in the world. You follow Lily throughout her adventures, throughout doing her chores, and throughout her vaguely sadistic thoughts, or the vaguely sadistic thoughts that the narrator insists she doesn't have. Now this becomes really weird after like the first half hour of the game when you start using logic to solve the puzzles, but the puzzle solutions aren't what you'd expect. The way you get to the solution is what you'd expect, but once you get there, the end result tends to be a bit gruesome. Thankfully for Lily, the sensor gnomes are always there to lend a helping hand. So let's start by actually talking about the story and the writing, because this game is very story and writing focused. Now the writing is very much written to appeal to today's, I'd say, middle youth, somewhere between the ages of like 14 and 21, although you could probably enjoy this game even if you're considerably older than that. The humor and gore are brought out in a way that basically is so incredibly casual that you don't even stop twice to think about it, and as you play the game, it changes your method of playing because you're no longer thinking about the average ways to get through a puzzle, you're thinking about the ways that this game would get you through the puzzle. And the shift in mentality comes really easily, so very good writing in that respect. My one complaint is that you never really know when you're supposed to stop clicking on something or stop dialogue, so you hear a lot of repeated dialogue, especially when you're trying to find the solutions to some of the more complicated puzzles, and you just keep talking to the same people over and over again, listening to the same descriptions. But that's a minor gripe, and I'm fairly certain most point-and-click adventures are guilty of it. Now is also a good time to mention how awesome the narrator is. He will continually tell you about Lily's thoughts and complain about how you're playing the game in a very sarcastic way, including telling you that even though your actions were useless, you feel much closer to accomplishing your goal. I don't usually use a numeric rating system for any game, but for this case I will. For story, I think this game deserves a 10 out of 10. The story and the writing are very good, the narration is excellent, the voice acting is usually very good, but occasionally grating when you have to listen to the same dialogue over and over again. The next thing I'd like to touch on just very briefly is the music, which is very good. It has a very good sense of timing and mood, so you're always feeling like you're really involved in the game. It really pulls you in and adds that little bit of extra oomph to the story, as corny as that sounds. The next thing I should really talk about is the art style, which begins by being really childish, like insanely childish, but always has this kind of dark, twisted design to it that really comes out as you progress in the game. And especially later on in the game, it gets really dark and kind of weird. Everything turns to darker colors, everything becomes a lot crazier. So overall, art design I would also give a very good rating. I couldn't put it on a scale of 1 to 10 because everyone's tastes are different, including mine. It varies daily. So I do really enjoy the art style, and you can see what you're getting into if you're watching the video. The very last thing I'd like to talk about is the UI. And they've taken a good thing here and they haven't messed with it too much. Inventory is clean, crisp, clear, you can tell what everything is, everything's well labeled, and it just sort of feels natural to combine things, to be using things on other things. And there's one really convenient aspect that a lot of puzzle games are missing. If you hit the spacebar in this game, you will bring up a menu of everything that is clickable on your current screen, which is very helpful. I hate it when I'm playing an adventure game and I cannot decide what to click on. And Myst was notorious for this. Everything looked like it was clickable or not clickable, and you were just everywhere. Again, one minor complaint I have about the UI is that sometimes you have something that you're using and it's just unnatural to get rid of it, and you just keep using it on thing after thing and you have to right click to get rid of it. I don't know how that could have been corrected, I'm not a game designer. I just think I can judge games. Overall though, my impressions of the game are spectacular. I love this game, and I am going to finish this game, which, as a game reviewer and online personality of sorts, I don't usually do. I usually pick up a game, and it's like 2-4 hours or a couple days at most before another game comes out and I've moved on to the next thing. But I'm going to spend lots of time with this game, play it and replay it. There's multiple endings, and it's just a great game. Incredibly worth picking up and incredibly worth the price. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Lily had always liked the large painting in the main hall. It showed a dining table after a big meal, with a man in the center who had found the last cookie. Lily giggled at the thought that he would eat it all by himself, no matter how much the others begged.